Hi Sagittarius, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your 21 card Gypsy Tarot Love Spread. Now, just to let you know a couple of things. First thing to say is that from now on, these readings will be done in two parts. One will be for those of you who are single or casually dating. The other reading is for those of you who are in a relationship, so who are actually coupled up. So the singles casually dating are already on the channel, and those of you who are coupled up, I'm doing now. Let's get on with your reading. Universe Spirit, this is a reading for Sagittarius. Show me Sagittarius and love. Show me Sagittarius and love. Show me Sagittarius and love. What's coming in for Sagittarius and love? Show me Sagittarius and love. What's coming in for Sagittarius and love? Show me Sagittarius and love. What's coming in for Sagittarius and love? Show me Sagittarius and love. What's coming in? I just want to see Sagittarius and love in the month of December 2016. Only those people who are in relationships from now. What's coming in to their relationships in the month of December 2016? Show them what's coming in for Sagittarius and their love lives if they are in a couple in the month of December 2016. Show me. Shuffle the cards. We're going to split the deck into three from left to right. Collect it back up. And we're going to start laying the cards down. There we go. Okay, so let's have a look for you guys. This is for Sagittarius if you're in a couple, okay? So just a slight modification as well to this area. We've still got the 7 columns: mental, emotional, personal, hopes, fears, expectations, etc., etc. Where the columns are where the rows are concerned, so there's 7 columns, 7 columns of 3, 3 rows of 7. Okay, so in the first row, this will be the situation. The second row shows the manifestation of that situation, so what you're actually thinking or emotionally feeling, what your actual present situation is, what your actual hopes are, what your actual expectations are, and it's crowned by what the situation is. So this is how you're acting as a result of this situation, and this is what the root of the cause is. Hope that makes sense. So Sagittarius, for those of you who are actually in a relationship, going into December 2016, we've got Justice crowning the reading in your mental and emotional area. Page of Wands. So I feel that the root cause for what you're thinking or emotionally feeling here is rooted in a message, communication, because we've got a Page of Wands, which shows some form of communication, perhaps between you and your partner. It's feeding through to the situation being justice, and justice can mean a big decision that's been arrived at, or it can mean that you've brought something back into harmony, back into alignment, back into balance with the Justice card as a result of that communication that you're having there, potentially with your partner in the month of December 2016, Sagittarius. And what is it that your mental and emotional state is around this? Well, the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles can be to stay, to hold on, to not let go, to refuse to come out of a comfort zone. This can also mean I'm not willing to change a way that I do things. So this can also mean the card of resistance or the card of being stubborn. So mentally, some of you guys might be stubborn in a situation concerning your relationship in the month of December 2016. It's based on the idea that there is communication here. The root of the issue is some form of communication that you're having with that Page of Wands, and it's feeding through to the situation being justice, making up one's mind, big decision, making a fair, rational decision that balances, that benefits everyone. It just seems that mentally and emotionally you're very, very, could be resistant to some sort of change, or you're very kind of stubborn in changing something up within the relationship. What's your present situation? What's it crowned by? Well, Wheel of Fortune is the situation. What is the root for that change? The Nine of Wands. So it might be that the root issue is you're either holding on to something here, Sagittarius, or you're afraid to let go of something here, because it's feeding through to the Wheel of Fortune. I feel that you are standing very strong on an issue. You're holding in there in terms of relationships, your relationship, in the month of December 2016. And it seems to be working, because it's working through to the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune being possibly some form of positive change, probably because you've held on to the relationship and it's worked its way through. The great thing is with the Nine of Wands, you get a positive card that sits alongside that. And what it kind of says is it was all worth it. So all of the heartache, the pain, the difficulty with that Nine of Wands was all worth it, because you've got the Wheel of Fortune that shows the results of that holding your ground, protecting your interests card. And what's the actual present situation for your relationships? Well, it's great, because you've got a Ten of Cups, and the Ten of Cups suggests great happiness, great emotional fulfillment, great emotional abundance within your relationship. So I feel that, in the present situation for Sagittarians who are in a couple, some of you guys, the root situation is that you've held firm to something here within the relationship. You're not willing to let go. You're going to protect your interests. You're going to guard your territory. And it's worked, because you've got the Wheel of Fortune. It's brought in some form of a positive change, I feel, with that card, because we've got the actual manifestation card in the centre saying, you know what? It's going to be a great time in the month of December 2016 in the present situation. A lot of happiness, a lot of togetherness, possibly, reunions, heart and mind, that type of thing. And therefore, as a result of that, in the mental position, the mental and emotional aspect of your relationship, well, it's rooted in that there was some form of communication being the root of the issue. It's fed through to justice. So the communication seems to again have worked with this justice card, which says that perhaps for some of you guys, you've brought things into alignment. The situation is with the justice card, and therefore mentally you might be feeling now secure, stable within that relationship, within the Four of Pentacles. What are your hopes and desires for relationships? Well, the Four of Swords is the crowning area. It's underscored by the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is usually representative of several things. It can be a card that represents the ability to let go, to surrender. So some of you guys might find that you have surrendered to something within the Hanged Man. There might have been some major adjustments here, and it's worked its way through to the Four of Swords, which is reaching a point of peace and healing potentially within the relationship. And what are your hopes around that? Well, there we go. The Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles as a hope says, to me, I am hoping that my partner pays me attention. So potentially for some of you guys, you'll be seeing the relationship from your partner's point of view. You'll be trying to make some form of adjustments to how you work with the relationship. The adjustments that you're making with the Hanged Man, and sometimes the Hanged Man means to make a sacrifice. So some of you guys might be sacrificing, or your partner indeed might be sacrificing something of themselves within the relationship, being the root issue. A sacrifice that's been made here that's worked a treat, because the situation is now that peace and healing has been restored, in which your hopes will be with the Six of Pentacles to work together, to have the support of your partner, and vice versa. And what's in the expectations for your relationship? The Knight of Pentacles, underscored by the Five of Swords. So the expectations, the root issue for this is the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords says that there has been potentially some challenges that you guys have been facing in terms of your relationships with your significant other. Five of Swords sometimes is mental mind games, or it's a disturbance, or it's a severance here. So if there's been a severance within the relationship, it's working its way through to the Knight of Pentacles, where there is a slow but steady resolve happening with this particular card here. If there has been a challenge, or you've won something, because the Four or Five of Swords can also mean that you're the victor. Just depends on who you look at. So it can also mean the eradication of doubt, in which we can see here that whatever the negative situation has been in your expectations, it's worked its way through to the situation being a slow but steady resolve in the matter. And your expectations are therefore, there we go, the Nine of Pentacles. And I feel the Nine of Pentacles means that all the effort that you've put in, because we know that the Knight of Pentacles is a card where there is slow, steady, practical planning within a situation, and it's leading to this situation, your expectations being that whatever it is that you've been working so tirelessly towards with that Knight of Pentacles energy, you're expecting to reap the benefits with the Nine of Pentacles, because the root of the issue is overcoming the doubt, or overcoming some form of adversity, I feel, with that Five of Swords within the relationship. What are the hidden aspects, Sagittarius? Well, it's ruled by the Three of Cups. And what's the foundation for that Three of Cups? The Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands often refers to exciting new ideas, new inspiration, holding a torch, a fresh start. So it could be that what you're not seeing is that maybe your partner is planning potentially a fresh start, maybe even a getaway, maybe even a surprising present, something like that. It's working its way through to the situation being the Three of Cups, which is celebration, happiness, gifts, a good time, feeling a sense of achievement with that Three of Cups. And what's the actual hidden aspect that you're not seeing? Well, the Two of Pentacles. And that's interesting, because the Two of Pentacles is a card about working with the odds. So it's a card about trying to attain some form of balance. So I feel that your partner might be trying to attain some sort of balance here, what you're not seeing. Two of Pentacles. And the root of that is in fresh new ideas that they're working with, possibly how they can make the relationship better, possibly what they can even get you for Christmas, because it's working its way through to the situation being the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is a happy outcome. It's an achievement. It's a celebratory card. So whatever this idea is that maybe the partner has, being the root issue for what you're not seeing, it's working its way through to being the Three of Cups, a celebration, happiness, togetherness, coming together as one, reunion, feeling unified. And therefore, what you're not seeing, I feel, is that somebody is still holding on in there. They're putting in as much effort as you are at the same time. And the overall outcome, well, not the overall outcome, the immediate future for your relationship, Sagittarius, in the month of December 2016 will be the Three of Pentacles. It's ruled by that, which is a nice card. What's it underscored by? The Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords says that in the immediate future, there should be a message that comes to you, because usually the Page of Swords can mean a delayed message, but this can be somebody also that has an idea that they are initiating. So there's probably going to be the initiation of something here with the Page of Swords, possibly some communication, but I don't feel it's communication. I feel that this is more maybe an idea that's being initiated with that Page of Swords. It's working its way through to some form of plan or development being made in the situation area, and the actual immediate future shows the Seven of Wands, and that's interesting. So we can see the Seven of Wands as being a victory card where somebody overcomes the odds, or somebody's working towards overcoming the odds. But this is, I feel, more that it's when you get the Seven of Wands, sometimes this is somebody who's defending something. So I feel that it could be that either you or the partner are in defense of the relationship in the immediate future. You'll be defending your relationship, and that comes through the Page of Swords energy being the root of the issue is the Page of Swords. And this can be wanting to initiate a new project, or wanting to initiate on a new idea. Remember, swords represent ideas, communication. Usually I find, though, with the Page of Swords, it's usually delayed communication. But I feel that this is more an idea, if anything. So I feel there is the initiation of a new idea. And it seems to me that this revolves around, because it's working its way through to the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is a card about development. So you're working on something and you're looking for the fruition from those events. So Three of Pentacles often shows up when you are planning a family, or you're planning a wedding, or you're planning a home move. This is the card where, it shows a couple who are speaking to an estate agent, or they're speaking to a religious person, or they're speaking to a shop assistant. So I feel that whatever this new idea is here with the Page of Swords that one of you wants to initiate is feeding through to the situation, being that whatever is initiated here in thought is actually being worked on literally in practice. And therefore, the Seven of Wands to me kind of says, these areas here are because one is wanting to defend and hold on to the relationship. So to me, it looks like there's a lot of work and a lot of effort that's going in it. The Page of Swords energy doesn't just stay a thought. It's actually put into practice, because you've got the Three of Pentacles showing people doing something as a result of this idea here. Because in the immediate future, there will be the need to defend the relationship by kind of doing what one says one is going to do. And the overall outcome, Sagittarius, shows us the Two of Cups, which is lovely. What's that underscored by? The World. Beautiful cards. The World is great accomplishment, I feel, in this case, because the World card, it can mean several things. Limitation, for example, is one word for the World. Ending of a cycle. But also this is learning lessons, coming to an end of a journey. So I feel that there is a great accomplishment made. This underscores, this is the root issue for the overall outcome. Great accomplishment made within the relationship as the root issue, which feeds through to the situation showing togetherness for you and your partner with that Two of Cups. And what's the actual overall outcome? There we go. The Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles is a new realisation. It's the start of a resolution. And I feel that some of you guys, as I'm seeing in a lot of the readings, possibly been through some difficult times within relationship. But I'm definitely seeing this is a lovely reading for Sagittarius, for those of you who are actually in relationships. Because I'm seeing the start of some form of a resolution, which is what I see the Ace of Pentacles as. It's not just a card about being given a gift. It can be, obviously, a present, Christmas Day, that type of thing. Somebody showing you that they care about you, maybe even a proposal, a ring, which I often see the Pentacles as rings. But also this is the start of some form of a resolution here. Let's go back to the start of the reading again and just quickly go over the cards again so that we can get everything down pat. I feel that in your present situation, Sagittarius, you guys are going to be feeling really, really happy in your relationship. I mean, really, really happy. The most joy that you've felt in a long time. Because I feel that the root issue is the Nine of Wands. You've really worked hard. You've stuck to your guns. You've stood in there. You've not given up when the going gets tough. And it's figuring its way through as the situation being the Wheel of Fortune, which is, a positive turn of events within your relationships. And this is why in the mental and emotional area, we see mentally and emotional, the Four of Pentacles. You're feeling kind of good. I mean, really good with this card. Like, quite stable, quite secure, like this is mine, okay? No one's taking it away from me now. I fought too hard to keep this relationship together. So I feel that you feel quite certain with that Four of Pentacles, just of your standing in terms of your material standing within your relationships, your standing in terms of your security in the home, that type of thing. You're feeling very, very secure here, I feel, mentally and emotionally. And that's because the root issue is there's been some good communication here, and that communication has led on to justice, the completion of old wounds, the clearing out of some dead wood, the release of karma, that type of thing, the ending of karma. Some difficult karmic situations are ended here with the Justice card. Your hopes will be that the relationship, you'll be able to give to one another, that you'll receive the support that you need from your partner within the relationship. They'll pay attention to you within that hopes, finally. Because it's rooted in the Hanged Man. The root issue for this is the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man says, possibly for some of you guys, you're needing to make some form of sacrifices as a couple within the relationship. And that's feeding through to the situation, being that the sacrifices I feel that you're making with the Hanged Man are working a treat, because it's bringing and it's restoring calm and healing and peace to the relationship with that Four of Swords energy, which is therefore your hopes will be that now that peace is being restored, you'll be able to kind of support each other and be more harmonious with each other with that Six of Pentacles. So it's going to be a give and take relationship now, okay? And therefore in your expectations, it will be that all of your effort with that Nine of Pentacles, well, it will be worth it, because you'll start to see the outcome. You'll start to see the rewards for all your efforts with that Nine of Pentacles, because it's underscored. The root of the issue is the Five of Swords, and the Five of Swords says to me, it's either that you've achieved You've made some achievement. Remember, swords represent thoughts as well as ideas and communication. The root issue is here that there may have been some arguments, some disagreements with that Five of Swords, but it seems to me that you've won out for some of you guys. You've put the demons to bed, especially the very kind of self-prophesizing or self-defeating thoughts with that Five of Swords, because it's working through to the Knight of Pentacles. The start of some form of resolution here, where you're working with your partner, moving forward, making some very practical plans. And therefore, you're seeing all your efforts with this Knight of Pentacles being rewarded in terms of your expectations. So you're looking for positive rewards with this Nine of Pentacles, because the situation is you've put the effort in. Slow but steady progress. Could have been that there's been arguments, disagreements here, but it's working its way through to the Knight of Pentacles. Looking at ways to resolve this in a very practical manner. Slow but steady progress within the relationship, which then results in your expectations to have some real success here, a successful outcome. What you're not seeing is that your partner, I feel, has been up and down, potentially, within the relationship. But it's based in the Ace of Wands. So it might be that they're working out what to get you for Christmas, for example, the Two of Pentacles. Because the basis of that, the root issue is a surprise with the Ace of Wands. They want to make a fresh start here. And therefore it works through to the Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups, as the crowning area. The situation around this hidden aspect. And that is, this partner wants joy. It wants you guys to come back together. To have a reunion. Heart, soul, mind, spirit. Be together, enjoy Christmas, enjoy each other. And therefore in the immediate future, I feel that there's going to be the initiation of new ideas with that Page of Swords. Page of Swords is a communication card. To me, suggests an argument. Okay? Page of Swords. Just suggests somebody who's ready to swipe. But if we were just to read this generally, it's somebody who's ready to initiate something. So I feel the root issue in terms of your immediate future, Sagittarius, for those of you who are in a couple, is you're ready to now start initiating new ideas within the relationship. It's feeding through to not just thinking it, but doing it, because you've got that Three of Pentacles as a situation. So if you were ready to initiate maybe going on holiday, that could be you guys here in the situation. Speaking to a holiday rep or speaking to a travel agent about a nice place to take your partner, or, going together, doing something together here. Whether that's shopping for clothes or presents for Christmas, or going on a dinner date, or whatever it is, because the core of it in the immediate future, it shows that you're both in defence of making this relationship work. You're both holding on to the relationship. And therefore the outcome shows that the root situation in the overall outcome is you achieve the world. You achieve your greatest desires. And it's working its way through to the Two of Cups, togetherness, love, appreciation, a pledge made. And that shows up in the overall outcome of the Ace of Pentacles. So if you're not married, it might be that this is the proposal thing. This is you guys going to a jeweller's, and then this is the marriage. This is the marriage band. This is the engagement ring. Okay. Or if this is a holiday or something like that for after Christmas, then this is the present thing that's presented to you. There's something that's been presented to you, and it's quite stable, and it's rock solid because it's a pentacle. Okay, so it's literally something you're going to be receiving. But also as pentacles in terms of spiritual and energy-wise, this is the start of a resolution within your relationship. And it's also the start of something that's quite long-term, has long-term effects. So this is an excellent reading for Sagittarius if you're in a relationship. I feel that a lot of if there's been any issues, any petty arguments, these can be petty arguments, Five of Swords. It's working through to the situation being the Knight of Pentacles, trying to resolve things in a very practical and down-to-earth manner. Steady progress, moving forward, that type of thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful reading, and I feel that a lot of you guys, if you're in a couple, you're going to be working through your issues with your partner, and it will be quite successful. It should look quite successful for some of you over the Christmas period. That is your reading, Sagittarius, if you are in a couple for the month of December 2016. I would like to say thank you so much for using Carol's Universe for your readings throughout the year. on the channel, and I will see you guys in look for your general reading, and there'll also be a year ahead reading coming up very soon, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.